Alright, this is like the 5th Platinum Darius game. There's been a lot of Darius uploads, especially one, but there hasn't been many in Season 4, which is kind of sad. But good news is that I was actually able to justify a Darius pick in this game. I'll explain it right now, though. The pick won't turn out as well as I had hoped for, spoiler alert, but I don't think it's that big of a problem. My runes and masteries. Runes, attack damage red, attack damage quints, armor yellow, like I think 4 magic resistance blue scaling, and 5 cooldown reduction blues to make it 5% cooldown reduction just from masteries. And my not masteries, runes. And my masteries are 9, 21, 0, though this should have been the cooldown reductions instead of the attack speed one in the offensive masteries. Anyways, as you can see, I'm invading the enemy Nautilus. There's a Nautilus too in this game. And of course, I invade him because he's so easy to punish. I'll explain though right now after Nautilus meets his demise as to why I picked Darius. So, Darius, we all know him. He's very immobile, but his damage is really gruesome. And as a jungle, you can take advantage of that gruesome damage by becoming somewhat of an invader. And his slow is really painful for a lot of early junglers to deal with. In fact, Darius is arguably one of the stronger jungle duelists, and when it comes to slugging it out, he doesn't have the maneuverability, but pretty much I think only one champion could even out-damage him this early. And even at level 6, he'll tear most people apart before they get a chance to live. I mean, try to run away. So here, Nasus dies too. So there's 2 good examples as to why I picked Darius. I picked Darius, 4th pick in my team. Actually, 5th. I was last pick, but you know, after I picked them, the enemy team got to pick their Yasuo. But anyways, the enemy team had picked Nasus, Thresh, Lucian, and Nautilus. When they locked into Nautilus, I knew the Darius pick was something I could easily pick. I knew Nasus was going to go Ghost as well, so that kind of just pushed him further into the realm of Darius territory. Darius punishes champions that don't have blinks, that either they're just pure melee, or they use movement speed, or they have no mobility whatsoever. Thresh and Nautilus, they don't have mobility outside of the summoner spells, so they'd be forced to get in my face if they wanted to do anything, or in the case of Thresh, pull me in and get himself killed. Of course, though, Nasus's Wither is very strong against me, so you'll be seeing the kind of build I'm going for later on. I'm going to go Spirit of the Lizard Elder in order to take advantage of the ability to proc on my abilities, as well as cooldown reduction in order to become more of an AD caster instead of relying on my melee abilities, because, you know, again, the Wither. Then they lock in Lucian, and they lock in Nautilus. Now, Nautilus is very easy to invade, and he's also slow as fuck, so the low mobility once again allows Darius to become a more effective pick, and at the same time, Nautilus is so ineffective against early invaders that I get to punish him whenever, you know, possible. Like here, once again, I knew he was gonna have to cross to mid lane, and I just waited for him to come by. He's level 5. I'm level 7. I mean, I'm actually kind of under level considering I've been getting kills, but it's mostly due to my lack of farm. Nautilus is level 5, so he's still not able to contribute shit. I mean, now he's probably level 6. I wouldn't have been able to tell being in my jungle at this point, but due to low replay, I can see that he's level 6. But yeah, I was able to punish him. I was able to gouge the eyes out of the enemy team, and it is largely due to their mobility. The fun thing is that they picked, what's his face, Yasuo last. And Yasuo is somebody I would consider Darius to be strong against. Because even though Yasuo can kite him and be a dick and stuff, Darius just has to kind of stand still. If Yasuo comes at you to do any damage, he'll just get himself punished. Your dot will take, what's this called? Your dot will stop his little shield from refreshing, and your ultimate pretty much does the way out. Your ultimate makes sure any frontline champion just gets melted. And that was kind of my purpose in this entire game. I knew there was a Cho'Gath, and I knew there was Caitlyn and everything, and our damage would be more than low. But I felt that if I picked Darius, I would melt whatever front line would be against me. Not Nessus runs into my teammates or Thresh goes in and initiates, I'll kill them with my ultimate. Here, of course, I end up getting killed. This is just a massive mistake of us overstaying our welcome and trying to dive a little too much. Cho'Gath beats the same fate, and it kind of resets the Nautilus's death counters. Like, he got killed a lot and under-leveled, but this kind of brought him back into the game. Nonetheless, we're kind of in an even position now, both of us. They have more kills, but we're about even in gold, thanks to the dragon we got earlier. It's about to spawn soon, I believe. We catch a Lucian down here bottom, and if I had used my ultimate, I probably would have saved the turret, but I hate the fact that it goes on cooldown despite the fact that you dunk somebody, so they're pushing down mid. The Nautilus is just questionable with his stuff. My Soraka is a complete trashy player, and the fact is, you can't see it in chat, but all he was doing is, I swear, the Soraka was trolling or drunk. Yeah. He was such a dick. Anyways, here's something I wanted to do in the fight, but I'm not quite there yet with my cooldown reduction, and my teammates start to get caught because the Soraka has no sense of self-preservation. I wanted to fight the Nautilus and fight any kind of melee champion and just murder them before I switch off somewhere else. It will become, I mean, what I'm trying to say will become a factor later, so you'll see what I mean. I see the enemy team and I think to myself, okay, I'm going the cooldown reduction route, and they're also mostly just pure physical champions, except Nautilus, but that doesn't really matter. So stacking armor is the way to go. I know my teammate Cho'Gath was building Frozen Heart, but I wanted to build it myself because of the cooldown reduction. But I did not want to build Gauntlet of the Iceborne people or whatever. So Frozen Heart and Randuin's Omen are my core item builds here. I'll be rushing this, and I'll be pretty much unkillable. And my last item was either going to be a Hydra or a Last Whisper. I'm just kind of giving you the spoiler alert here. Well, the spoiler. There's no alert anymore. You've already been spoiled. So yes, I think the Darius pick was worthwhile and is working out. But my my mid lane is kind of an idiot, and he kind of forsook any advantage we gave him. Here I go right after Yasuo, and I'm surprised he survived, longer than he did. My ult was kind of wasted. But we trade 1-for-1, and it's a support for their fed Yasuo, so it's okay. We're still forced to back away, but this is going to get us a dragon. Well, a blue buff. And the dragon? No, dragon. The dragon is dead. Yeah, I steal their blue buff. Fun fact, a lot of people don't quite know this, and they're always surprised when I do this. You can pull the blue buff from the bushes with Darius' E. So I constantly do that to steal it from slower jungles. And you saw me steal it from Nautilus a little bit earlier, and he was like flabbergasted as to how I got it. I don't think he realized that I could do that, and he should have questioned why the minions were running around in a circle. Anyhow, Soraka gets pulled in because she was trying to use your star call, and we're forced to initiate. We get Yasuo, but he gets bitten off before I use my ultimate, so I use my ultimate on Thresh before I get dropped and kill him. Of course, the fight does not go our way because we kind of started at a massive disadvantage already. Cho'Gath and Caitlyn are alive. They try to fight it, but it's kind of very, very disorganized, and the Cho'Gath kind of sticks around a little too long and takes the worst kind of path possible and gets gunned down. He really should have just walked left, because if they had a ward, or they dropped the ward while they were chasing him, they would have been able to shoot him through the corners or through through the wall. Nonetheless, we're still about even, and I still do think the Darius pick is going to become worthwhile once I get fully itemized. I did not get to take full advantage of it, aside from torturing the Nautilus early and dunking the Gnosis, because my teammates kind of dropped the ball, mostly mid lane. The build I was actually going to go for was going to be Zephyr instead of what's called Frozen Heart, but because of how badly the early game went, I decided to invest in more defense. And here's an example. I killed a Yasuo because he's melee and easy to murder, and I was close to murdering the Gnosis too. If it wasn't a full-on fight where it was organized, I'd be able to take care of the front line, melt them, and then my back laners would be safe. Like, if they focused me, and I would have died, but I would have probably been able to take down the Gnosis or the Yasuo or both of them before I dropped, leading us to have an advantage. That is one of the strengths of Darius. He is a sort of anti-tank thanks to the true damage from his passive and his ultimate. Do I think his passive is magic damage now? I don't quite remember. Anyways, a full-on fight begins. I mean, my team is still sticking around, and you already saw that Yasuo just dove in like an idiot, and pretty much nothing else happens here. We try to give it a little bit of chase, but my team is too low health to fully commit, and I'm too slow and immobile to catch anybody. We take the consultation price of the dragon, so there's that. I try to steal blue, but it doesn't matter. And of course, I am being a very selfish prick and taking all the buffs for myself, but you know, my teammates have disappointed me a little bit. I mean, except for Caitlyn, and I guess you should have given the Caitlyn the red, but I wanted more damage to melt the true line given the fact that if we were to fight them. No, Randuin's Omen is almost complete, and that would be a great item to build soon. They try to engage on Morgana, but they decide to waste 2 crowd control spells on her and kind of fizz right there, fizzle. To be honest, I think Black Shield should be nerfed. If anything, I think the first crowd control that gets thrown on it should break it immediately. Because, I mean, Wither and Nautilus's Q hit, and none of it didn't matter at all. Alright, once again, Soraka gets herself caught, and unfortunately, at least, my E gets to pull in 4 people, and with that, we're able to melt 2 of them. My ultimate kills 2 frontliners, just as I felt I would end up doing in any full-on team fight. Cho'Gath scares people off, and I try to pull in the Lucian. Here, for some reason, the Soraka stays trying to fight, and there's kind of an example of her just being a detriment, or probably being a troll. I think she thought she was on the stream, on my stream, and was trying to troll, because all she was doing is saying, I'm a tank, and I'll defend you guys. Yeah, the person needs to go to sleep. And I don't mean like a threat, I mean like either the person was drunk or just, you know, hadn't slept for a while. Anyways, I have Randuin's Omen now, and I'm able to slow down people and keep them pinned down. Nautilus goes home for some goddamn reason, and with that we pretty much get free Baron, and we're able to catch a few people. I pull in Lucian and use my Randuin's Omen, and I'm able to keep him slowed down long enough for me just to go flash forward and dunk his ass. My ultimate doesn't kill him, so I don't get the reset, but the rest of the team gets pretty much melted. And with that, our victory secured. So hooray for Darius in his Buzz Lightyear skin. This is the 5th Darius skin, and I'm hoping to actually get a 6th one. A 6th Platinum Darius. Or some Diamond ones. Because it's always fun to play him, even if your teammates are kind of stupid mid lane. And feed him, and pretty much make this game last 10 minutes longer than it should have. Whatever early advantages I gave were kind of put to waste, but at least I felt like the pick wasn't wasted. Hooray for Darius.